Death has been a constant fixture in my life. So constant, it made me numb. There came a point when loss no longer shocked me. It just lingered in the background like a shadow, always there, always cold. I didn't know how to grieve anymore. I didn't even know how to feel. I simply existed in the in-between, not fully here, not completely gone. I knew there was something wrong with me, so I sought professional help. I talked to people. I leaned on my support system, which I was lucky to have. Sometimes it worked. Most of the time it didn't. I felt like I was doing everything right, but the weight never lifted. I was trapped in a never-ending loop, trying, slipping, trying again, failing again. Until one day I got tired, and I just let it be. I stopped fighting. I gave up the idea of being okay. The days didn't pass. They just repeated. Each morning I woke up not because I wanted to, but because my body forced itself into motion. I breathed. I blinked. I moved. But inside I was frozen. The world went on, and I was stuck, rotting slowly in a version of myself I could barely recognize. Then one night I found something, by accident, really. It was a song, Time by SB19. I'm not a fan, just a casual listener. I'd heard of them in passing, seen clips, maybe listened to a song or two, but that night it wasn't about the artist. It was about the words, the message, the way it found me when I wasn't looking for anything at all. The first line alone cracked something open in me, rotting in bed, numb and upset. I froze because that was me, exactly me. I kept listening. The words were raw and honest, like they had been written from the very core of my own mind, stuck inside my never-ending thoughts. It was like hearing my pain sung back to me, but this time it didn't feel lonely. It felt understood. I didn't cry right away. I just sat there, stunned. Then I played it again, and again. It didn't make everything better, but it gave me something, a flicker, a breath, a spark I hadn't felt in a long time. That song didn't tell me to be strong. It didn't promise that everything would be okay. What it gave me was gentler than that. It reminded me that I still had time, that even in the middle of pain, trying was still worth it. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time. Memories, we'll leave them behind. That line haunted me in the best way. It made me realize I didn't want to waste whatever time I had left hiding from the world. So I made a quiet promise to myself. Just one step. That's all. No pressure to fix everything. No need to be okay all at once. Just try. The next morning, I brushed my teeth, washed my face. Then I opened the windows and let the sunlight in. It was the first time in a long while that light touched my skin, and I let it. I sat on a chair, took my notebook, and started to write. I want to live again. I want to breathe. I want to feel. Then I took out my phone and called my little brother. It wasn't a grand gesture. We didn't talk about deep things. But in that small moment, I let someone in, and I felt the tiniest piece of myself returning. I reached out to the rest of my support system, my family, and I told them, I will take the first step. Please wait for me. Some days I slipped, others I stayed still. But little by little, I was moving again. And when I doubted myself, when the voice in my head told me I wasn't enough, I'd hear that line, darling, when push comes to shove, your best is enough. It won't hurt to try. Those words became an anchor. SB19 didn't just give me a song. They gave me space to heal. Not because I was a fan, not because I followed their journey, but because their message found me. And it reminded me that falling apart is human, and rebuilding doesn't have to be beautiful or fast. It just has to start. To anyone reading or listening, if you're in a place where everything feels dark, please hold on. You don't have to take a leap. You don't even have to believe in hope right now. Just take one step. Savor every moment with me while we're here, 'cause I know one day we'll run out of time. So use what you have, even if it's broken. You're allowed to begin again. And that beginning might just start with a song. This is the first step in my journey as a content creator on YouTube. I want to tell stories that make others feel seen. The way that song made me feel seen. If you're here, thank you. I hope you find a piece of yourself in these stories too.